Good evening, everybody. Thank you for clicking on this video. And today we're gonna be looking at the Charlie Bothuell story. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that wrong. I haven't really, I'm I'm not sure if I was saying that right or wrong, but please bear with me. Now, in this story, it really had me thinking while researching this. Like, thank God for the price that I have, because some people out here like are really stuck with monsters, right? Nobody chooses their parents, and it's all a gamble, right? And I'm happy I ended up in a good spot. Now, in today's story, we're going to unravel a chilling story about deception, own family, like betraying like your own offspring, your own. That's even worse. I think that's one step worse than betraying your own blood, like abusing your own offspring. Like that's yeah. But in today's story, we're gonna look at a story that not only gripped Detroit but the entire of the United States at the time. Now, it's June 2014. We have a 12-year-old Charlie Bothuell the fifth. He vanished from his Detroit family townhouse. His father, Charlie Bothuell the fourth, who was age 46 at the time, reported him missing at about 2:30 in the morning. On June 15th, claiming the boy had ran off after a heated argument. His stepmother, Monique Dillard Bothuell, who was 37 at the time, backed up the story. But what unfolded over the next 11 days would expose a dark truth.
For years.
Charlie Bothuell's story has the entire country talking tonight as police try to get to the bottom of his 11-day disappearance.
Yeah, and 24 hours after they found him barricaded in his family's basement, the focus is now on why and who knew.
7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig spent the day digging for answers as she joins us live with the very latest. Kim, what have you uncovered now?
Well, Carolyn, if you think what happened yesterday was bizarre, what we uncovered today is also just as perplexing. Little Charlie's stepmother has an uncle who actually lives in the same building here in their condo here on Nicollet. The listed address for her uncle, Godfrey Dillard, is that corner unit, and there's a hallway in the basement that all of these units have access to. You been able to talk to Charlie?
I had to say no comment. I'm sorry.
As Detroit police and the FBI investigate the possibility that little 12-year-old Charlie, who had been reported missing by his dad and stepmom, was the victim of child abuse, we are learning more about his stepmother, Monique Dillard Bothuell. Earlier this year, she pleaded guilty to purchasing a pistol without a permit. That's a misdemeanor. And with that plea deal, the more serious carrying a concealed weapon charge was dismissed. And Monique Dillard Bothuell was sentenced to 2 years probation. She talked to us just about an hour before police found Charlie hidden in her basement.
And they won't give us a search warrant until they say after everything's completed. So whatever is necessary.
Now get this, just 3 days ago in the midst of the search for little Charlie, her stepson, Monique violated her probation, and it may stem from something police found in her home. And so now there is a bench warrant for her arrest. How is she doing now?
She's doing fine. She's doing fine. She's tired. She's exhausted.
And police haven't tried to talk to her anymore right now.
No.
Elvira Dillard is Monique's own mother, and she does not think her daughter or son-in-law were hiding Charlie at all.
That little boy just hid down there in that basement. He fooled them all.
Mr. Bothuell, we've given you a lot of attention in hopes of finding your son. Please tell us that you and your wife were not shuffling him back and forth.
We were not. That's absurd.
He hid and he ducked and dived around there and fooled them all.
Now, we have not seen Charlie's stepmom, Monique, today. She has a baby and a 4-year-old to take care of, but we can tell you that maybe about a half an hour ago, police actually showed up to the condos here. We don't think they've actually gone inside, but they are here on the property. As for Monique's uncle, Godfrey Dillard, he is actually running for Michigan State Attorney General. I reached out to him. I reached him on his cell phone today. He declined to comment. And Carolyn, we can also tell you that I asked Charlie's dad if he actually told police that a relative actually lived in the same building. Mr. Bothuell also said no comment. Back to you.
All right, Kim, I got a quick question for you. Why wasn't Charlie with his mother in the first place? Why was he living with his dad and stepmom? Do we know the answer to that question?
Yes, when I talked to Africa the other day, that is Charlie's biological mother, Africa told me, she said that she was, about 2 years ago, she started having some problems with Charlie, just some, discipline issues, and so she thought it might be best if he actually come and actually live with his dad and his stepmother. We're told that Charlie was being homeschooled here. It's unclear of exactly who was actually doing the homeschooling, but you'd like to believe that both parents, both the stepmom and his dad, were involved in the homeschooling. Hold on, I'm being told something's going on behind us here. Hold on a second. Let me just back out the way here. I apologize.
We see somebody walking out.
Some people were... Hold on 1 second. Again, we're outside the home here of Charlie Bothuell. We see some folks that are leaving right now. They may be relatives. We don't know at this point. But anyway, Carolyn, to answer your question, she was having issues with discipline with Charlie herself, and so she thought it best that he come live and spend some time with his dad and his stepmom.
All right. Well, maybe when the stepmom gets with police, we'll get some more answers. Thank you so much, Kim.
Now, Charlie V wasn't missing. He was hidden in the basement, subjected to horrific abuse. Now let's meet the key players in the story. Charlie V was a homeschooled 12-year-old boy who endured a brutal, and I mean brutal, daily regime. I'm talking about 100 push-ups, 200 sit-ups, and 100 jumping jacks, all before dawn, right? Now, failure to do this impossible task was beating with a PVC pipe and starvation in the basement. His father, Charlie IV, and stepmother Monique enforced this torment. Monique, on probation for fraud, ruled with the iron fist. Now, her charges will come later. Now, the boy's biological mother, who remained unnamed in the report that I could find, would later take custody. Investigators of the Detroit police, led by Chief James Craig, the FBI, and CPS, zeroed in on the parents as suspects. How it all unfolded: before June 2014, Charlie V's life was a cycle of abuse, locked away for failing impossible tasks. On June 14th, after a 9 p.m. workout, he disappeared. The next day, the family and police searched the home, including the basement, but there was nothing. June 17th, police sought public tips, sparking a media storm all across the country. By June 21st, Charlie IV took an inconclusive polygraph. For people who don't know what inconclusive means, like they couldn't come to a direct answer. Like they couldn't say if he was lying or telling the truth. Or at least that's what I assume. At least that's how I know it as. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Now, on June 24th, K-9 units scoured the house as the father pleaded on TV for his son's return.
Close look at Charlie missing.
This is my 12-year-old son, Charlie.
His friends knock on door after door, hoping to find his son. The FBI police working together to find him.
Tonight, a little boy is missing. Take a look at him. Charlie Bothuell, father of the missing child. Is it true that you have been going door to door trying to get people to help you find your son?
It is. I've been going door to door since he disappeared.
His dad agreed to take a polygraph test. Reports say the test results were inconclusive. The police came to the Bothuell home this afternoon to serve a search warrant, believing that young Charlie was dead.
Then, on June 25th, a bombshell drops. During a live HLN interview with Charlie IV, and this is his father, an officer found Charlie V alive in the basement, hidden behind a 55-gallon drum barricade with bedding, food, and soda. He was thin, marked by abuse. The nation gasped.
12-year-old boy, Charlie, with me is his father, Charlie Bothuell. Charlie, we're getting reports that your son has been found in your basement. Sir? Mr. Bothuell, are you...
What?
Yeah, we are getting reports that your son has been found alive in your basement.
What?
Yes, that's what, if you can hand me that wire very quickly. Yeah, we're getting that right now from how could your son be alive in your basement?
Oh, shit. I have no idea.
Now, this is just a report that we are hearing out of Detroit that we're trying to confirm. Everybody in New York, please get on it. Let me know when we get Charlie Langton from WWJ. Sir, did you check your basement?
I checked my basement. The FBI checked my basement. The Detroit police checked my basement. My wife checked my basement. I've been down there several times. We've all been checking.
Okay, this is what we are hearing, that the missing 12-year-old boy has been found alive and well in his father's basement. Now, this is what I don't understand why you guys would have reported he's missing, and all our viewers have been on the lookout for him.
We've been on the lookout for him. We searched that entire house repeatedly. The FBI searched, the Detroit police searched. We've all searched. Oh, God, they brought dogs, everything. Everybody is searched. What? Oh, God, my son.
Have you checked your cell phone?
My cell phone is dead. I actually getting down here, I left it in the car charging because it had died on me.
The boy was hospitalized, then sent to his biological mother. Monique was arrested that day, but she wasn't arrested for abuse, but for a probation violation tied to her prior fraud. She boarded up the next day with Charlie IV by her side. Now, the investigation deepened. By July 10th, CPS revealed the abuse, beating, starvation, confinement. They sought to terminate parental rights for Charlie V and his siblings. Court battles raged through August, delayed by floods and police overtime shortages. By February 2015, both parents faced rare charges: torture, the first for a living child in Wayne County, and second-degree abuse. They pleaded not guilty, posted $500,000 bonds, but were rearrested in April for missing the hearing. In January 2016, Charlie IV pleaded guilty to fourth-degree abuse, earning 18 months of probation, anger management with no contact with his son. Monique's plea cleared her record after 6 months without issue. Investigators faced daunting hurdles. 3 searchers, including with canines, missed the boy. Investigators faced daunting hurdles. 3 searchers, including with canines, all missed the boy. This barricade seemed impossible for the child to build alone, pointing to the potential of a parental cover-up.
How about that back and forth? Here she is, Nancy Grace. Nancy, I don't know how many times you've watched or thought about that today. And of all of the missing children cases you have covered, was that a first for you?
Yes, it was, Brooke. And I can't even count the number of missing children, abused children, cases that I've prosecuted myself all the way back to 1987 and covered. And never once have I had a child that I've been personally working on the case or covering the case be gone that long that I can recall that had a happy ending like this, much less happening on the air. And it all happened so quickly. When we first started the segment, I didn't even know this. And you can actually see at one juncture, I'm holding my arm out, getting them. I didn't want to take my eyes off the father. I was afraid to even blink because I wanted to watch every single nuance on his face. And I was trying to get them to hand me the wire so I could find out what was going on.
And there are so many different cases out there. Just hearing from one of your producers, they said that you were really passionate, particularly about this story, because you had heard about this father in the Detroit area who was going door to door to door looking for his son. And so now we have these details coming out, apparently, about how the son was found, you know, behind these boxes in this massive 5-gallon drum in this basement. And at one point there was cereal and soda with him, which begs the question, was he hidden? Did he put himself there? A lot of people have jumped on this father today, Nancy Grace. What are you thinking?
I'm not ready to jump on the father yet. And I'll tell you why. I kept watching him. I watched him after the segment was over. I watched him as he unhooked. I was watching his face. At first, I was skeptical with his response back to me. It didn't seem real. But when you throw a civilian in front of a camera and you give them news like this, I don't know how I would expect them to react.
Was there shock on TV staged? That's the question. An inconclusive polygraph muddied the waters. Monique's unrelated arrest shifted focus briefly. Resource strains slowed the case, and the family's strict routines hid the abuse. The blood-stained PVC pipe and Charlie V's testimonies became pivotal, as those were the main factors in the case. Okay, for me, when I was going through this story, I thought to myself at first, like, you know, he was homeschooled, so obviously anyone wasn't able to notice the abuse at first. You know, they probably kept him inside, and you know, they also isolated him when he wasn't able to do 100, 200 push-ups. Actually, you know what? Let me see where these people are now. Charlie Bothuell, now 23, lives privately in the U.S., likely with or near his biological mother in Alabama. He's rebuilt his life post-2014 abuse case, focusing on privacy and recovery. I mean, that's really good to hear. Like, it's really good to hear that, like, I mean, it assumes he's doing well. It hasn't heard of anything happening to him. So, I mean, my condolences to you, Charlie, if you ever see this. Like, I don't really know what to say, honestly, other than I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's really disappointing to me when I hear a parent doing this to their own child, right? When I go ahead and I see a story like this, because like my mom loves the fuck out of me. My mom would never ever even try anything like this to me. My mom would never choose anyone over me, right? So seeing stories like this where parents were choosing, he was doing this with his new wife, with his stepmom, right? So he's choosing to have this sense of joy with his new wife, instead of protecting his own child. You know, when I hear stories like that, like, I can, it hurts, man. It hurts. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's watched. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you share, tell your friends. And until the next one, YouTube also thinks you like this video, wherever it is on the screen. So yeah, peace.